Hello everyone, welcome back to EduTap and welcome to Finance Current Affairs session. In today's session, we are going to discuss two very important news articles of finance. First news article is regarding the Axis Bank that has completed the acquisition of Citibank. So why this acquisition has happened? What are the benefits that the Axis Bank will be getting from this acquisition? As well as what is this complete news article? What are the data points that you need to remember from this news article? And this is very important from the exams perspective because direct questions can be asked from such kind of news article. The second news article that is also very important banking news is regarding the HDFC Bank RuPay credit card customers that will be able to use their cards for the UPI payments. So they will be able to use their credit card for the UPI payments. What is the background of this news article? What are the important data points that you need to remember from this news article? All of this we are going to discuss in today's session. And before starting with this session, first of all, happy Holi to all of you. I hope you are enjoying a lot, and after the enjoyment we will start studying again. So now, before starting with this session, there is a big announcement from EduTap that we have brought for you the comprehensive guide for RBI and SEBI. So through a single guidebook, you can get all your common queries answered. If you want to know about the examination, if you want to know about the preparation, if you want to know about the organization also, all your common queries can be answered through a single guidebook, and there are the definitive answers. Here there are the definitive answers that are provided for your common queries. You do not have to visit different links, you do not have to visit different websites, and this is provided absolutely free of cost so that you can save your time, you can save your efforts, and your all common queries can be answered through a single place. So do download these guidebooks. The link is provided in the description box below. So now, starting with today's topic, that is the first news article. Axis Bank completes the buyout of Citi's India consumer business. So before starting with this, how this buyout has happened, how this acquisition has happened, why it has happened, before that you need to understand a little about the Citigroup. So Citigroup is a American multinational investment bank and the financial services corporation. So Citigroup is based in New York. It is headquartered in New York, and it is an American multinational company, we can say. Now this Citigroup has Citicorp, and this is Citicorp. Under this it handles the Citibank NA, we can say. Okay, so this Citibank operates and provides the services, the banking services to the customers worldwide. Okay, so this Citibank is providing the banking services worldwide, that is providing the consumer business, that is generating the consumer business, that is providing the retail banking services. So this Citibank has Citibank India, we can say. Now this Citibank India is the one that is acquired by the Axis Bank. So you have to remember that the Citigroup is a very big thing. The Citicorp is a very big thing. It is it is under the American company, and the Citibank NA, this has many branches in different countries. Okay, this is providing, the Citibank NA is providing the services, the banking services worldwide in different countries. Now this Citibank India that is present in India, that is providing the banking services in India, this is acquired by the Axis Bank. So Axis Bank, that is the third largest private sector lender, completed the acquisition of the consumer businesses of Citibank India and its non-banking finance arm, Citicorp Finance India. So Citicorp Finance India, NBFC, that provides the consumer business. So this is also bought by the Axis Bank. Okay, so the consumer business that is happening in India by the Citicorp or by the Citibank, so these are the consumer businesses that is bought by the Axis Bank. So what you have to remember is that as per the deal, as per the acquisition, the Axis Bank has acquired Citibank's India consumer business from Citibank NA. So from Citibank NA, the Citibank India consumer business has been acquired, because banking is what? The consumers are there. Okay, so that is a consumer business. Citibank India is a consumer business that has been acquired by the Axis Bank, as well as the non-banking financial company, that is the NBFC, that is providing the consumer business. This has been acquired by the Axis Bank, and this has been bought from the Citicorp Finance India Limited, or the CFIL. The NBFC that is providing this consumer business has been bought by the Axis Bank. So remember this very clearly, that only the consumer businesses from the cities has been acquired. Okay, so here I hope you have understood the basic idea. And for the cash, how much money is being given for the acquisition? For a cash consideration of rupees 11,603 crore, this acquisition has happened for this much money. Okay, now why the Citigroup or why the Citibank NA, they are selling their things, or they are providing the Axis Bank their businesses? So following Citigroup's announcement, the Citigroup announced in April 2021 that regarding a strategy review, that they are doing a strategy and they have decided to focus on the institutional client group. So the Citigroup, that is the multinational company, so it has decided that now we will be focusing on our institutional business and we will be selling our consumer business, because institutional business is providing us more profits, and that's why Citigroup, not only in India, but it is selling its consumer businesses in different countries. And that's why Citigroup has sold its consumer business in India. And who it has sold the consumer business in India? To the Axis Bank, because Axis Bank is providing 11,603 crore for the consumer business of the Citibank. So the institutional clients group business vertical should be given more importance, and subsequent sale of the consumer business to the Axis Bank by the CFIL has happened in March 2022. So from March 2022 there was the discussion that okay, we will be selling the company, we will be selling the consumer business to Axis Bank, and at last in March 2023 the acquisition has been completed. I hope you have got the background of this whole deal that has happened. Why this deal has happened? Because now the Citigroup wants to focus on the institutional business in the client business, as it is more profitable. Okay, as well as there was much competition that was coming for the consumer business. There was much competition that was coming in the banking services in the consumer business, and that's why also the Citigroup thought that there is too much competition in India. There are too many banks. There are the payments bank, there is the Paytm or the other kind of service providers that are present. So there is too much competition that is coming in this consumer business, so we should get out of this. It is becoming too much of a headache. As well as there are different rules and regulations for the international bank or for the foreign bank, because Citibank is a foreign bank. It is under the New York, it is under the America multinational company, so it is a foreign bank. So different rules and regulations they have to follow, strict rules and regulations they have to follow. Due to that also the Citigroup thought of selling their business in India. Okay, so I hope consumer business in India, remember the consumer business has been sold to the Axis Bank for 11,603 crores. Now Axis Bank, we have understood this, that the announcement of the deal happened last year, but the deal completed in this year. The acquisition was completed in an accelerated time frame within 7 months of getting the approval from Competition Commission of India. Remember the approval, the Axis Bank has got the approval from the Competition Commission of India to acquire the Citibank. To acquire the Citibank, the approval has been acquired from the Competition Commission of India. Here you can see the PIB provided this information in July that the CCI, that is the Competition Commission of India, has provided the approval to the Axis Bank to acquire the consumer business from the Citibank and the Citicorp. Okay. So I hope you have understood. The consumer banking activities is acquired by the Axis Bank. This was said in July, and after 7 months, that is in March 2023, the acquisition has been completed. Now coming to that, what the Axis Bank has gotten. So we have understood that okay, the Citibank has got, or the Citi group has got 11,603 crores, but what Axis Bank has got? So the transaction entails the loans, credit cards, wealth management and the retail banking operations of Citibank India to the Axis Bank. Okay, so the loans of the Citibank that the Axis Bank has gotten, that all the loans that the Citibank has given, that is the assets of the Citibank that the Axis Bank has got. All the credit cards, that is again a type of loan that the Citibank has given. So those are the assets of the Citibank. So that also the Axis Bank has gotten. The branches of the Citibank, that also the Axis Bank has gotten, because this is the retail banking operation that happens. The consumers are going there, they are doing their things. So wealth management for the retail segment for the consumers, this also has been sold to the, this also has been provided to the Axis Bank from the Citibank. It also includes the sale of asset backed financing business. So the loans that is provided by the Citicorp Finance, that is by the NBFC that is doing the consumer business. So the loans that is provided by that NBFC also, that the Citicorp, so that assets are also being provided to the Axis Bank, because the Axis Bank has bought the Citicorp NBFC that is engaged in consumer business. So the commercial vehicle, the construction equipment loans, all of this, that is the personal loans portfolio also of the Citicorp Finance, has been transferred to the Axis Bank. Okay. So now this is the highlight of the whole news article. The Axis Bank has said that all of this, that is covering loans, credit cards, wealth management and retail banking operations, this Axis Bank has got from the Citibank. Okay, acquisition completed in an accelerated time frame, that is within 7 months. After 7 months, we can say, after the CCI approval. Total purchase consideration, the money that has been provided to the Citibank, we can say, is 11,603 crore, or that will be provided to Citibank, is this much. The acquisition has strengthened the Axis Bank's market position. We can see in the newspapers also, this was covered very thoroughly, this was covered very much, and that's why it is very important, because the data points are also coming in the newspaper. So the Axis Bank said the acquisition will add 1.8 million credit card holders to its customer base, increasing its market share from 11.4% to 16.2%. So this is given by the Axis Bank, and here you can see that the high quality credit card portfolio, that is of 1.8 million credit card holders, are coming in the Axis Bank from the Citibank, because now Citibank is acquired by the Axis Bank. So you can see that this much addition has happened for the Axis Bank. In terms of wealth management services, the acquisition will add 94,700 crore worth assets under management to Axis Bank's portfolio. So the assets under management of the consumers, this much has been added for the Axis Bank from the Citibank. Okay, the addition of aggregate deposits of INR 399 billion, of which 77% is current account and savings account, this has been added from the Citibank to Axis Bank. Excess of 1600 Suvidha corporate relationships. So Suvidha corporate relationship is like the salary accounts. So a company 1600 corporates have tied up with Citibank for the salary accounts of all the employees of those companies. Now this will also be provided to the Axis Bank, because Axis Bank has acquired the consumer business of Citibank. Okay, so you can see that how big of the salary business the Axis Bank is going to get. Access to large wealth franchisee of total asset under management, you have already seen that it is 947 billion, that is 94,700 crore. Aggregate ending net receivables, that is the assets that is given as loan, because the bank is giving the loan, that is the asset of the bank. So that is 273 billion across credit cards, mortgage, personal and credit loans, asset backed finance, small business loans. So all of this the Axis Bank is going to get, we can say, has accessed after the acquisition has completed. So the acquisition has completed in March 2023. The 1st March 2023. So all of this is the benefits that the Axis Bank is getting. Okay. So the Citi customers will continue to enjoy the same benefits, as well as they will have the same checkbooks, they will have the IFSC and the MICR code, so that the customers are not being disadvantaged in this kind of scenario when the Citibank is acquired by the Axis Bank. Okay. Citibank's customers will specifically benefit from Axis Bank's wider geographical reach and comprehensive service offerings. So they will be able to access the ATMs of the Axis Bank, the branches of the Axis Bank now. So now coming to the second news article, that is the HDFC Bank customers can now use their RuPay credit card on UPI. Okay, so you have seen that the credit card customers, especially the RuPay credit card customers, will now be able to use their cards, that is the credit cards, for the UPI payments. You must remember that till now it was only the debit cards that we can use for the UPI payments. Our UPI ID was added with the debit card, but now the credit card. So this information came in around June 2022, I guess. So I remember that it was announced in June 2022 by the Reserve Bank of India in the monetary policy statement that the credit cards will be able to get connected with the UPI. So the credit card will be linked with the UPI. Okay, so this was announced, and now the SDFC credit card of what? Only the rupee, because rupee is our Indian system. Okay, so the RuPay credit card will be able to link to the UPI. This was announced in the previous year around June. So now the SDFC Bank RuPay credit card customers can now use their credit cards for the UPI payments. That is, the credit card will get linked to the UPI ID, will get linked to the virtual payment address. In a joint statement by the SDFC Bank and the NPCI, they announced that the SDFC Bank customers can now use their RuPay credit card on the UPI with Bhim app or any other UPI enabled apps, that is the Google Pay, Paytm and the Phone Pay and such. With this linkage, the SDFC Bank has become the first private sector bank in the country to go live on UPI with its RuPay credit card. So this is the important thing that you need to remember, that it has become the first private sector bank to go live on the UPI with the RuPay credit card. So these are the banks that are live with this feature, that is the RuPay credit card linked with UPI. So these three are the public sector bank, that is the Indian Bank, Punjab National Bank and the Union Bank. Only the SDFC Bank that is recently added, this is the private sector bank and the first private sector bank that is providing this service of the linkage between the RuPay credit card and the UPI. So the government backed RuPay credit card is the first of its kind to have gone live with the UPI payment interface, which allows the customers to pay through the UPI using the credit card. A little background. So in a revolutionary development towards the digital payment system, the NPCI along with Reserve Bank of India, they announced that the payments via credit card on the RuPay network will be launched with UPI. They will be linked with UPI. Okay, the product was launched at the Global FinTech Fest 2022, which happened in September 2022. Remember this very clearly, that around June 2022, the information was going that okay, the UPI will be linked to the credit card, the RuPay credit card. But in September 2022, the Global FinTech Fest happened, and in this, the launch of the UPI linked with credit card happened, and in that it was said that these three public sector banks will be providing the RuPay credit card linked with the UPI. So remember, the launch of the RuPay credit card linked with UPI happened in Global FinTech Fest 2022, that happened in September 2022. Even though the information was circulating from June 2022 that this kind of technology is coming. Okay. Along with two other product launches from NPCI, the UPI Lite and the Bharat Bill Pay cross-border bill payments, which we have discussed. So these three products were launched in Global FinTech Fest 2022 that happened in September 2022. So here you can see that September 2022, the three products were launched. The three key initiatives were launched. Okay, the three key initiatives were, first was the RuPay credit card linked with UPI, second was the UPI Lite, and the third was Bharat Bill Pay cross-border bill payment system. Okay, so remember that in this Global FinTech, it was said that the launch of RuPay credit card linked with UPI will be done by these three banks. So from September 2022, these three banks were able to provide the RuPay credit card linked with UPI. But now the SDFC Bank has become the first private sector bank to provide the RuPay credit card linked with UPI. Okay, so remember this very carefully. Remember the background also very carefully, because Global FinTech Fest, in this the three big initiatives were launched. Okay. So now coming to the first question, I hope you will be able to easily answer this question. You will get confused in this question because the acquisition was completed in an accelerated time frame within 7 months after getting the approval from what? So usually if you have not studied this notification, this kind of news article, you might mark the RBI or SEBI. But actual answer is what you all know now. Okay. Or direct question can come that the Axis Bank has completed the acquisition of which foreign bank. Okay. Or the foreign bank branch. So now you know that it is the Citibank India that has been acquired by the Axis Bank. So now, which of the following statements is or are incorrect regarding the UPI credit card linking by RBI? So now you have understood the background of the UPI linkage with the RuPay credit card, and now I hope you will be able to easily answer this question also. Okay, remember the background also. The Global FinTech Fest 2022 was in which the linkage was launched. Okay. So now, thank you very much. Sorry for my voice again. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Telegram channel for the PDF of this session. And thank you very much, everyone. If you have any query, you can mail us here or contact us through this number. Thank you very much, everyone.